Hi there, Pearl here with the Pharmacy Farm Stand. Today is Saturday, July 16th, and my season is finally starting to get going. I am having a little bit of trouble with my U-pick gardens. The zinnias and sunflowers are just growing so slow this year, and I'm hearing this from a lot of people in my area. I'm in northern Illinois, but I've had at least one person tell me that their sunflowers didn't germinate at all, and I've had at least two people tell me that their zinnias did not germinate at all, and they're just a little bit behind, probably close to a month behind where I was last year. But I do have some flowers, and so I've been starting my daily flower buffet in my flower station so that people can get some flowers. I really wanted to make flowers more accessible and for people to get exactly what they want, even if maybe they can't pick their own flowers. So we decided to do the daily flower buffet. So every morning we, my mom does the dried flowers, so if I say we, that's why. My mom picks the dried flowers. I do sunflowers and the zinnias usually. And the peacocks are saying good morning too. So we pick all those flowers and get them over here first thing in the morning so that when people stop by, the flowers are ready to go. Now I'm going to go off and see if there's a few veggies that I can harvest. I'm not getting a ton in just yet, but I am starting to get some stuff, so I'll have to go pick beans. Yesterday was I picked my first full pound of tomatoes, so I have a couple tomatoes to pick. I can check about the zucchini. It's also been a really bad year for squash bugs, especially in the rural areas. So the squash bugs have taken out already well over half my summer squash plants. But I think I have a couple tiger zucchinis that I might be able to pick today. I can also check for some bell peppers, and then I do have some people that will be stopping by this weekend for some jalapenos. But for me, hot peppers don't sell extremely well, so those I like to pick as people order them, just so I have no waste until my season really gets going and I know I'll sell them, because my goal is to pick and sell my veggies in the same day. So I have a few veggies to pick, and then it's a nice gloomy day, which means I can get a lot done. So started off by getting the flower station ready. Gonna go pick some veggies, and hopefully I'm going to pull the rest of my garlic and tie up some tomatoes, plant some sunflowers, and weed maybe. We'll see how much I get done today. Okay, so I did get the few things harvested that I could harvest today, and then I did check on the tomatoes, but the plants are still pretty wet. We did get a lot of rain yesterday and last night, so instead of spreading disease by working with wet tomato plants, I am going to start pulling my garlic. So this is some of the garlic that I pulled yesterday. This is a music variety, and this is some of the best garlic I have ever grown. I don't know if you guys can tell how big that is, but this is some beautiful garlic. I've already measured quite a few bulbs that were over 2.5 inches, some closer to 3 inches. So I'm really happy with how my garlic is doing. But we did get 2 inches, well over 2 inches of rain yesterday, and then it did rain some more last night, even though it wasn't supposed to. And even when it was raining, I was checking the radar and it didn't say we were supposed to get rain, but we were getting rain. So I don't want to risk leaving this garlic any longer in the ground. So, and most of it's just about ready to harvest anyways. This has 2 leaves that are brown and down, so it's plenty good enough to harvest. So I am going to keep harvesting my garlic. I'm gonna lay it out so that it can dry somewhat, but since it's such a gloomy day, I'll probably have to bring them out another day or two. But I'm really happy with my garlic this year, so I'm excited about that, and I know my customers are excited about that too. As you can see, I have a little bit of garlic laying out so that it can start to dry. I should have mentioned that if I knew that we were going to get 2 inches of rain yesterday, I would have really made it a priority the last couple days to be picking garlic. I had started picking some garlic, but we were only supposed to get 1 inch of rain between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I didn't think I was in as much of a hurry to get the garlic out as I really am now. So I did get another variety out, pulled out of the ground and laying out. That's a German extra hardy back there. But I am going to take a break now to go back to the tomatoes because they've dried out enough that I can work with them. I am starting to pick a few tomatoes, but the one aisle that I'm starting to pick off the most especially after the couple of rains we've had, all the branches are falling over into the pathway, and I'll show you in a little bit, but that needs to be pruned up, so I'm going to stop and do that, and then I'm sure I'll be back to garlic at some point today. I haven't had a chance to prune and tie up any of these tomato plants yet, but they are starting to produce, so I needed to make it a top priority in order to be able to walk down here to pick some tomatoes. So this is the before. And after 5 hours of pruning and tying up tomatoes, this is what it looks like. I did have a few customers stop by while I was working on the tomatoes, but none of them took up too much of my time. So it really did take just about that long to tie up all those tomatoes. I have the row a little bit more than halfway done, but this is why my tomatoes cost a decent amount. It is because they are by far the most labor intensive thing I grow. But they're worth it. And my customers love my tomatoes. I usually sell my tomatoes really quickly. It's about 7:30. I'm running out of daylight, and this will probably be my last video for the day. But we are going to, my dad's gonna help me load up all the garlic that I have out drying. And we're going to get that stored away because it is supposed to rain tonight and tomorrow. And then if I still have some time, I'll either pull some more garlic or I will come back to pruning tomatoes. So not a bad day for July 16th.